Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the 83rd annual meeting of the membership of Town and Country Credit Union. My name is Kevin Harmon. I'm the vice chair of the board. Our board chair, Delray Gaynor, is unable to be with us this afternoon. Here's the agenda for today's meeting. I will ask Sadie Hackman, our HR generalist here in Minot, to be appointed as our recording secretary. Thank you, Sadie. To help the accuracy of the minutes, please state your full first and last name when asking a question or making a motion, or verbally in the chat for those joining us virtually today. We are currently muting all virtual participants. We'd like to remind that all of our virtual attendees, if you would like to make a motion or a second, please do so in the chat feature by clicking the mic button on your screen and hitting 6. At this time, we'd like to establish a quorum. I would ask Jeff Stremick, our board secretary and treasurer, to confirm that we have established a quorum.
We had 49 members register to attend the meeting. And we can see that there's more than 15 members who have attended the meeting in person or joined the meeting virtually, which establishes a quorum.
Thank you, Jeff. But before we get started, I'd like to recognize the rest of our board of directors and our parliamentary meeting. Of course, you just met Jeff Stremick. He's our secretary and treasurer and our Minot board member. We have Jim Anderson, our Kenmare board representative on the phone, Brian Nelson, our Fargo board representative, and Leah Dalton, our at-large board representative from Fargo, and they are joining us virtually. We also have Jay Height, our at-large board member from Minot, joining us on the phone. And I'd like to recognize Ryan Corney from Olson and Burns PC as today's parliamentarian. Thank you for being here today. The first order of business is the approval of the minutes from the 82nd annual meeting. The minutes were included as a handout in your annual meeting packet. Virtual attendees received their packet via email, and those present today should have printed copies. We'll now ask for corrections or approval of the minutes from our last annual meeting. As a reminder, please state your full name, first and last name, commenting either in person or in the chat verbally. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Do we have any corrections to the minutes? There being no corrections, I'd ask for a motion to approve the minutes as circulated. Do I have a motion?
Kevin, Brad Nelson, Fargo. Approve the minutes.
We have a first. Do we have a second?
This is Leah Dalton from Fargo. I'll second.
Thank you, Leah. We have a first and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same sign. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Well, again, thank you for joining us today for our annual meeting. I am Kevin Harmon, the vice chairman, filling in for Delray Gaynor. I'm glad that we can connect virtually and here in person today to our branches in Minot and Fargo. As you may have noticed, Jeremiah Cosin is not with us today, as he resigned his position last Thursday to take a similar position in Florida. We would like to thank him for his years of service and wish Jeremiah and his family the best of luck in the new position in Florida. However, we are very pleased to announce Kelly Schell. She's our previous Chief Operating Officer. She's been named our interim president and CEO in his absence. We are so very fortunate to have someone with the skill set that Kelly has. Your credit union is in excellent hands, and we look forward to the upcoming year. We will be conducting an executive search over the coming months to permanently fill this position, and we are very confident with Kelly, along with the rest of the credit union team and staff, that we'll have a smooth transition. The old credit union adage is people helping people. While the specifics of what looks like may have changed over the years, that core truth is still evident in everything we do. We have over 160 employees across our markets. These are smart, caring people with their own families and hobbies who are united with a passion for our credit union and serving our members. One of the best parts of being on this board is hearing the stories of the positive impacts of our employees are having on our members and how they're changing lives. I know that our members are in good hands with the team that we have today. Town and Country's vision is threefold: to provide the best service, offer meaningful value, and seek continual growth. We work to provide the best service by investing in our team. Our employees are people-centered local experts committed to providing an excellent member experience each and every time. The meaningful value can be seen through our competitive loan and deposit rates, minimal fees, and convenient access to your accounts. One of our favorite ways to provide meaningful value for our members is when our lenders can help a member refinance their loan, and sometimes thousands of dollars in interest. That's just one example of the positive impact I've mentioned earlier. We believe in continued growth as a credit union and as individuals, but the most obvious examples of this growth would be found in our numbers. Our membership grew by 6%, up to 24,543 members at the end of 2021. Our total assets increased by 13.1%, putting us over $600 million at $639,726,827. Our loan portfolio increased by nearly $13 million to a total of $358,013,024. Most impressive is our consumer loan portfolio. That increased by 18% from last year to our total of $94,545,000. That's a lot of $10,000 auto loans. Our deposit portfolio also continued to increase despite lower deposit rates, bringing our total deposits to over $560 million. It is important to note that through all of this growth, we're always looking to ensure that we're growing responsibly. We work closely with regulators to ensure we're growing safely and efficiently, that our credit union remains well capitalized to keep your money safe for years to come. Overall, it's been a strong year for your credit union. We are looking forward to another year of the best service, meaningful value, and continual growth in 2022. As always, thank you for choosing Town and Country Credit Union and trusting our board and staff with leading this organization. We appreciate you all. At this time, I'd like to introduce our interim CEO, Kelly Schell.
Thank you. I'm honored to join you here today and step into this interim role leading our credit union. Before I get into all the awesome things our team has accomplished this past year, I wanted to give you a little background on who I am. It's hard to believe, but I've been with Town and Country for 22 years now. I first started on the teller line and have held multiple positions, including leading our loan servicing department and most recently serving as Chief Operating Officer, overseeing our HR, retail, and loan processing divisions. Regardless of what role I've held, my commitment and our team's commitment to putting our members first has always stayed true. I'm looking forward to continuing to focus on positively impacting those we serve while expanding the products and services we have to offer. Like Vice Chairman Harmon mentioned earlier, we've had quite the year at Town and Country Credit Union. We started with a system upgrade in March of 2021, which has allowed us to become more efficient and integrate with additional technology offerings to serve you better. I know the system upgrade was inconvenient for our members at the time, so thank you for sticking with us. We've been able to launch a few exciting things so far. The first being credit score in TCCU Online. Members can now view their credit score within TCCU Online and the app for free. The scores update daily, and most importantly, members can use the customized credit tips and score simulator to get personalized advice on how to improve your score. 16% of members using Credit Score improved their score since we launched in July, and 69% have maintained their scores. Next, TCCU Online for Business. This is an online platform similar to TCCU Online, but with special functionality designed for our business members, like additional permissions and ACH origination. We're in the process of migrating business members to TCCU Online for Business, and we'll be in touch throughout the rest of the year with an invitation to move to TCCU Online for Business if you haven't already. Next, Zelle. Last month, we launched Zelle, a person-to-person payment option that allows users to send nearly instant payments to friends and family. All you need is their phone number or email address to send. I encourage you to try it if you haven't already. You can find it within the additional services or more menus in TCCU Online or the app. I'm excited about these new offerings and how we'll be able to help our members manage their financial lives more easily when using them. But what I'm most proud of from this past year are our member services scores. We survey our members every year, and thank you to those of you who have completed those surveys. And in 2021, 97% of our members said they would refer their friends and family to Town and Country. Earning that high of a member satisfaction rate while also completing a core conversion and additional process improvements is nearly unheard of in our industry. I have to say a thank you to our members for your understanding, feedback, and support during this year of change. And thank you to our staff for never wavering in your commitment to member service, even when juggling many other things. I appreciate all of you. Before I close, I do want to share one new member opportunity we're offering this year. We've committed to funding 10 $1,000 scholarships to current high school seniors who are members. The applications are simple and available at townandcountry.org/scholarship. The deadline to apply is March 31st. Please share this opportunity with other members who could benefit. I just want to say thank you for choosing Town and Country Credit Union. I'm looking forward to leading this credit union in the months to come. And we, as a credit union, look forward to continuing to grow and serve you for years to come.
Thank you, Kelly, for your report. Our next order of business is the nominating committee, is the board of directors election results. I would like to first thank this year's nominating committee, Kathy Holte of Minot, Jim Folden of Minot, and Kayla Volz of Fargo for serving on the committee. In appreciation for their service, they'll each be receiving a gift of $50. We will now seek nominations for the nominating committee. The duty of the nominating committee is to nominate at least one member for each board member vacancy, including any unexpired term vacancy for which elections are being held, and determine the members nominated that they agree to be placed their names on the nominating ballot and accept office if elected. Next year, Jim Anderson, our Kenmare board rep, and Delray Gaynard, our Minot board seat, will be up for election. If we do not have any nominations, the board chair will appoint the nominating committee in accordance with our bylaws. At this time, I will ask for nominations for the nominating committee. Do we have any nominations from the floor for the nominating committee? you have any nominations in the chat feature at all?
No, we don't have any nominations in the chat.
Okay, thank you. I will ask one more time, do we have any nominations from the floor for the nominating committee? We do not have any nominations in the chat. So hearing no other nominations, the chairman shall appoint those unfilled positions, which we'll do at a future board meeting. Now, I would like to ask Jeff to present the results of the board of directors election.
The nominating committee presented the following slate of candidates for the 1 Minot board seat and 2 at-large board seat that were up for election. Kevin Harmon of Minot, Jay Height of Minot, David Replinger of West Fargo. The nominating committee submitted these candidates for electronic voting, online, by paper ballot, or by phone. No one petitioned to be on the ballot. The Minot candidate who receives the most votes will fill the Minot board seat. The other will hold the at-large seat. That's where the votes came back and it was tied. So by the bylaw rules, since Kevin was the Minot board member seat last year, he'll retain that position. Kevin Harmon is reelected to hold the Minot seat. He's our current vice chair who's been leading this meeting today. Kevin's a native of Minot, graduate of Bishop Ryan High School, Minot State University, and the University of North Dakota. He's married to his wife, Lisa, and they have 3 daughters, Ansley, Quinn, and McKinley. Kevin's been a member of the Town and Country Credit Union since 1978 and has served on the board of directors since 2019. He's been working at Minot State University for the past 13 years and currently serves as vice president for student affairs. Prior to Minot State, Kevin worked in K through 12 education as a teacher, principal, and superintendent for 20 years. Congratulations, Kevin. Jay Height was elected to hold the at-large board seat. He's been the president of Height Construction since 2001. Over the past 40 years, Height Construction has become the leading commercial general contractor in Northwest North Dakota, which employs approximately 45 full-time people. Jay oversees the day-to-day business operation, generates sales leads for the company, and determines which projects will be bid on. He's responsible for creating and implementing the organization's vision, mission, and overall direction. Jay graduated from North Dakota State University in 1993 and lives in Minot with his 2 children, Jacob and Tori. Jay's father, Laverne Height, served as a member of the board of directors of Town and Country Credit Union from 1979 to 1988, playing an integral part in the credit union's history. Congratulations, Jay. David Riplinger was elected to fill our at-large board seat. David is an associate professor in the Department of Agribusiness and Applied Economics at North Dakota State University and economic specialist with NDSU Extension. In this role, David conducts research and provides support to farmers, industry, and government. He has delivered educational programs to more than 400 North Dakota bankers in recent years and is responsible for ESG, carbon, and strategic alliances topics for an executive education program organized by CHS for co-op managers. David lives with his wife, Tracy, and 5 children in West Fargo. Congratulations, David. We look forward to serving with all of you.
Thank you, Jeff. We would also like to thank Leah Dalton for her service on our board of directors. Leah is from West Fargo and has held the at-large board seat since 2019. Leah, we appreciate your investment in the future of the credit union and will present you with a plaque in recognition of your contributions for these last 3 years. Thank you, Leah. Now it's time to discuss any new business that members may have they'd like to put forth. We'd also like to read any comments received throughout the meeting at this time in our chat. As a reminder, please include your full name when commenting.
We've received no comments so far.
Chelsea?
Leah would like everyone to know that it has been a pleasure serving the members of Town and Country Credit Union. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Leah. Is there any new business to come before the group? Another call, any new business?
Have a question.
Yes.
My name is Margaret Stagg. I'm just wondering when we call in and someone in Fargo picks up, and I've had very good service. This isn't a complaint. I'm just wondering how many people are there taking calls because sometimes the wait time is significant.
Okay. Do we have someone on site here that can help answer that question?
Yeah, so we have 5 people staffed in the contact center. We have struggled a bit with staffing just due to many pieces. We continue to work on that and appreciate your patience. We do have a large number of calls coming in, which is really a good thing. You know, the contact center is serving its purpose, but something that we are working on to ensure we are adequately staffed to handle that volume.
Then I'm just going to give a shout out to Mona because I've contacted with her several times and she is a joy to work with.
Good, we appreciate that.
Thank you for your comment and thank you for answering. Any other questions on the floor?
I have a question. Bruce Hager, member at Town and Country in Fargo. We have a couple of home loans here, and when I inquired about getting Credit Life on those loans, my understanding is that you currently don't offer that. I was just wondering if someone would look into if that would be something that could be surveyed to see if members would be interested in having that. I think it'd be a nice service to add, whether it's a home loan or whether it's a auto loan or whatever, just to have the option of having Credit Life, I think would be a good option. And I certainly would have bought it through the credit union if it was made available.
Thank you, Mr. Hager.
Wondering if that's something that we would consider. So.
And I would speak on behalf of the board. That your suggestion is noted in our minutes, and we will certainly refer that to our C-suite team as well as the board. Thank you for the comment. Any
On
other
a positive note, I'd like to add that the loans that we were able to take out, we had the most fantastic service from Renee Freeman. It was unbelievable. I just enjoy working with her immensely and would recommend Town and Country Credit Union to anybody who's looking for refi on their home.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the comment. Do we have any other questions on the floor or from our virtual attendees or in chat?
Another question in Fargo.
Sally Nelson in Fargo, and I'm just wondering, are they still continuing the Star Rewards checking?
Yes, we
Or
are.
was that? Okay.
Thank you for the question.
I need to do some checking then. It didn't show on mine, so. Okay.
You can follow up.
Yeah, someone will be contacting you to follow up with your question, okay?
Well, I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
When these directors are put up on the ballot, what's the process of becoming an at-large director? It's number of votes. Jeff said the least number of votes won the at-large.
Well,
Or do you actually run for an at-large position?
You run for positions. So for example, I was up for election this year, and there's 2 positions that we had available to us in Minot with 2 candidates. The Minot representative is a person who has the most votes. And so what happened this year, there was a tie. Because usually the person with the most votes would be the Minot representative. The next vote getter, receiver, would be the Minot at large.
Oh, Minot at large.
Minot at large. And so this year's contest was uncontested. There were 2 positions open in Minot and 2 candidates. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
And if it doesn't, go ahead and ask. That this is the perfect time as a member to ask those questions.
So can't that at large position be from Minot, Kenmare, or Fargo?
We had a Fargo opening. And then in future years throughout the cycle, there will be openings to make sure that we have a Kenmare representative, such as Mr. Anderson, and Fargo representatives. This year, it happened to be 2, the Minot representative, the Minot at large, and Fargo.
So how many positions total? 5? 7?
7.
So the Minot,
So Minot's got 2, Kenmare's got 1.
Minot has more. Fargo, Minot has more. This was the cycle that 2 positions were up. And then next year, I believe Del Rey and Jim Anderson from Kenmare.
So there's 3 Minot positions. How many Minot positions are?
4.
4 Minot,
Or Minot,
Kenmare, 1, 2
Fargo.
Fargo.
2 Fargo, 1 Kenmare.
we have a comment in Fargo.
That's
Question, if a person's interested in becoming a director, what do you need to do?
Every fall, there's a solicitation for nominations. You could let the credit union know because there's a nominating committee. You can also go online. There's a process that an applicant, you fill out the application and go on the ballot. So it's accessible to all members. But if you wanted to be a member, you certainly could notify the board because there's a nominating committee trying to find representatives. And in fact, the last several years, we've had contested elections. This is the first year on my time on the board that we had an uncontested board. So we've had interest and a competitive election process. Yes, sir.
So now my next question is, if you got 4 Minot positions, 1 Kenmare, 2 Fargo, that's 7, right? So where's the at-large fit in? There is no at-large position. You got 4 Minot. You got 4 Minot, 1 Kenmare, 2 Fargo, that's 7. There is no at-large position.
Looks like Shannon's gonna try to answer that
No at-large position.
specifically.
So how it works is we have 3 Minot seats that are always filled by Minot members, and then we have 2 at large. So 1 is currently held by a Fargo member. The other one is the one that Jay Height from Minot holds.
So then somebody from Fargo could have run against Jay.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't.
Yep. Sorry.
All right.
And I did not answer that very well. I'm kind of working with
Oh,
my
I got it.
3 years of
So if
experience.
there was a contest, Jay could have had somebody from Kenmare and somebody from Fargo run against Jay.
Yep, the at-large are truly that,
Yeah,
open
okay.
to all.
No, it makes sense.
Thank you, Shannon. Any other questions or comments from the floor or chat? One final ask. Any new business? Okay, that brings us to the end of our official board meeting. Before we wrap up, please take a moment to complete our attendee survey. In-person attendees, you should have printed copies, and our virtual attendees can find the link in the chat. While you're filling out your survey, we would also want to give away some door prizes. We'll be drawing from all those who have signed up in advance to attend this meeting. So Chelsea, she's going to help. So we can pick, we'll have 4 $50 winners and 2 $100 winners. Your name is called, we'll deposit the money in your share savings account.
For $50 first?
Okay, so we have our first. Sure we get one. Kathy Holte. for $50. She'll double her money. Little service and a little good fortune.
There you go.
Sandra Vick, another $50 winner. Dan Folsky or Folsk. And our final $50 winner, Stephanie Pearson. Now we have our two $100 winners. Kathy Hager. And our final $100 winner, Bruce Hager. The Hagers were fortunate. All right, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate your help.
Mhm.
So congratulations to our winners and thank you to everyone for joining us today. Thank you for taking the time. It's always nice to gather and talk about Town and Country Credit Union. We appreciate you. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Audie Cox, Fargo, motion to adjourn.
What was the name?
Audie Cox.
Get it?
Fox.
Mr. Fox, recognized. So Larson, do you have a second? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Bye.
Aye.
Adjourned. Have a great day and thank you for being.